Well, Mark, this demonstration just wrapped up within the last 5 minutes or so. The last few folks are here enjoying the shade, obviously a little hotter than they were prepared for this afternoon. Take a look at some video from just over the last hour. This group of about 200 or so marched throughout the streets of downtown Olympia, parking themselves, sitting in intersections at some points, trying to get their message across. This is the Poor People's Campaign. It's in the tradition of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who 50 years ago in one of his last campaigns encouraged action to help those in poverty. Organizers say the problem has not improved in the past 50 years and may have even gotten worse. So they are out here to raise awareness, and they will be out here at the state capitol for the next 5 Mondays. This is a coordinated effort happening at state capitals all around the country today, potentially as many as 37 similar protests at state capitals across the United States. In 5 weeks, the final protest is going to be at the U.S. Capitol. Again, they're calling this the Poor People's Campaign, raising awareness about the lack of support for those in poverty, especially people of color, the disabled, women, and children. They were very happy with the turnout today, but they're hoping for bigger turnouts in the weeks to come. No arrests, no violence. This is not one of the anarchy events that we've seen in Olympia in past years. This was a peaceful group just trying to raise awareness about what they say is a major problem facing this country. Live in Olympia, Drew Mikkelsen, King 5 News.